Good evening, viewers, those who are watching from outside Uganda and those who are within Uganda. Good evening. We are glad you are watching NTV, People's Parliament. And we are also glad that you have made it a point on every Saturday at 8 p.m. you watch NTV, People's Parliament, the only program that gives Ugandans or citizens an opportunity to air out issues or to contribute to policies that affect their everyday life. Tonight, we are still in Amuria district. It is a district that was carved out of Soroti district, and it is really new. And we have made it a point as NTV, whenever we go to any district, we want to put the political and the technical leadership of the district together with the beneficiaries of Operation Wealth Creation, such that we assess and see the challenges and the progress that they have made. And this is a very good consultation for government, free of charge, to see that this program that was initiated by His Excellency, the President, is progressing well, and also to get the challenges from the beneficiaries such that they can be addressed by the powers that be. I am your speaker, Agnes Nandoto. Honorable members, you are welcome to NTV People's Parliament. We are going to discuss a very important topic, and which was initiated by His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni, Operation Wealth Creation, such that wealth can be created within the people's homesteads to improve their livelihood. So we want to see the progress of Operation Wealth Creation in this district. We want to see the challenges, whether they can be addressed by government or they can be improved by the beneficiaries. But before I get the ball rolling, I would like to invite the commander in charge of Operation Wealth Creation in Amuria district to give us an overview. When I came here, I was given a very rosy information that you are working very hard. Let's see your hard work, Afande.
I'm the District Coordinator, Operation Wealth Creation, Amuria District. The program of Operation Wealth Creation was an intervention by the President. Operation Wealth Creation came up starting with the veterans in Iluero. That brought a very good catch-up to our economy. That rolled out for the whole country. That's why you see me here standing before you. And I'm proud that even in Amuria, we are doing well.
Has it improved people's livelihood since its inception?
Yes. Madam Speaker, if I tell you, in 2017 we were faced with the hunger, which as of now, but that one was also brought by the rain pattern. The rain was excessive and the food production was freezed due to too much waterlogging. But from last year up to today, we have cassava which we don't have market.
Oh.
And that's why you heard from the Honorable Chairman, LOC5, when he was saying, and the cow, that the only best way the government would have done is to bring a factory to improve on our cassava commercialization. Because now we have cassava, no market. We have also excelled in other food security, except the problem which we had last year was the weather condition was a bit poor. It stopped raining earlier, in the way that even the seeds which we were supposed to get, it was postponed, and we are getting it this year. Even as we talk now, we have the cowpea seeds in the stores waiting for us to flag it off. But we would have got it last year, and we are going to get more. Madam Speaker, we had a challenge on distribution. The distribution, our partners who were supplying us used to bring seeds late. We complained, and that one was also improved. And from last year, we agreed that with effect from last year, we don't have second season supply, so that we get prepared as of now, more so with the seedlings, because the seedlings is a challenge. These seedlings dry, those ones which are given in second season, they dry, most of them dry. The issue of drip irrigation was, it came with a bigger challenge than that one, in the way that now the person is lacking water to drink. When you go to the water well, the borehole, you get a long line, in the way that the drip irrigation did not work well. So we lost the seedlings out of lack of water.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Afande. We will probably come back to shed more light on a number of issues. But let's have the chairperson of the chairman, please.
To start with what the officer is saying, that okay, the vision bearer of Operation Well Exploration is Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and it was actually initiated and pioneered in Nakaseke and Ilwero, targeting the veterans. But they rolled it out throughout the country, and as Amuria being a part of the local government within Uganda, we embraced the program. So far, if I recall, of recent, we under that very office, they gave out to 53 Frisian cows to 16 sub-counties before Kapelebion was taken on the other side in July. So over a period, we have received inputs, and I think over time we should be in position to give people in a detailed manner about this. Then also, they have given out the seeds. The challenge with the Operation Well Exploration is that there was a time they brought seeds that did not germinate, and so it did not go well with us. We had to send a team that had brought, when they wanted to bring the second consignment, then we said, no, we cannot still use the same company.
The problem of suppliers.
The suppliers. And also, when the program just came, they were not mindful about time, so it did not go well. But as of now, Right Honorable Speaker, it has improved under his leadership, and we're together with the technical people are trying to improve and come up where the problems are, and sort it out.
Okay.
I'm also aware that our recipients, the beneficiaries, the community of Amuria and the youth and what have you, the program is all inclusive, it targets all categories, and we're moving on.
I want to thank Bwana Commander for that great work.
Has he done a good job?
He has tried so far to do a good job, but there are some challenges. One, we are talking about the suppliers, but actually, when we need to improve on our livelihoods, we need to calm down. With the issue of seeds, you find that the suppliers bring the seeds. When you take them, you find most of them have been attacked by bean weevils. If it is maize, it will be attacked by maize weevils. So now, when you now try to put those things down, it will not germinate. I want to take this gratitude to tell you, the commander, that as we are working on to improve agriculture, let's try to monitor these seeds that these people supply to us. When you fail to monitor, you find that you may assume you are doing a great work, but down there, it is not good. So let's work hand in hand. Let's monitor how are these things brought to the community, and how are we going to supply them. Okay. You find that when they're supplying them, as for example, I went to the sub-county to get these seedlings, mango seedlings. I went there, they told me, yo man, do you have land where you are going to put these seedlings? I told them, I have my father's land, I can take them to plant. They said, no, we need now the father to come and pick these seedlings. Then I told them, why can't you give me the seedlings? I'm the one to go and raise them. These parents, they will die soon, so I'm the one to take care of these things. Why can't you give me these things? So now, through the argument, they are accepted. But only the chance, let's try to bring them as early as possible, so that we can achieve. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I am Honorable Kongai Martha from Lokolo. I also want to back on what he has just said. It is true, the seeds are brought and the seedlings, but sometimes it is mainly our parents who benefit from this. But we, the youth, we are excluded out. I don't know why, whether they are specified mainly for the parents alone, or we are also supposed to benefit. Then secondly,
have you gone there and asked for the seeds?
Just as he has said, that is what you will be told, that we mainly want the parents to come for this. So, and then the second thing is, I want to appreciate first Heifa International.
Why do you only give the parents and not the youth?
In fact, we're not allowed to make the selection. But given an after hearing the complaint about the youth that they are exceptional, I brought a very simple formula. I said, now what you do, given an example of, if I'm to give you dairy cow, the application is build a house, build a crusher, and you tell the station worker that you are ready for dairy cow. And if the extension worker is not meeting you quickly, call on me, I will come with the extension worker, then we shall write you up. That was the formula I gave.
Okay, so things are going to improve.
Indeed.
Oh, they have already improved.
in fact, they had already improved. Only that they did not. When I was attacked in Asamu, some youth had got cassava cuttings as a group. Youth were the first to open this program in Amuria with 16 heads of cattle. And there was a group, they were supposed to be 16. But when they were called for the second meeting, among the 16, 2 did not go. So they brought another new 2.
Okay.
Now, I saw them trying to want to fight over those 2 heifers. I told them, now what you do, I'm adding you 2, so that all of you are covered, which I did.
Okay. Thank you, Commander. Please wind up your statement.
And then I had another issue, and that is, he talked of some farmers being taken, some people being taken to be trained on veterinary. I don't know whether some youth were part of it, but I thank God because Heifa trained a few youth, around 6 in the whole of Amuria, dealing with artificial insemination. So we are requesting, I imagine a few of them are here, they may introduce themselves, artificial insemination technicians. I'm requesting Operation Wealth Creation. We are down, I'm part of them. I'm artificial insemination technician. But we are having quite a big challenge in mobilizing our farmers or our parents out there. They don't listen to us. And then we have a challenge.
Because you are young.
We are young. But if they came in and then they sensitize these farmers, our parents, I think they would hear much on them, and then they come in and help us. We move together to the field. I think it would be much more better. That is my request. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. This is actually very important. The youth are ready. The youth are ready to embrace Operation Wealth Creation if they are given the opportunity. So, political leaders and the technical leadership, let's ensure that these youth are given opportunity, they are given inputs, they are given seeds, they are given the technical help such that we can boost Operation Wealth Creation to create incomes in our households. Let's go for a short break. Until the People's Parliament comes back shortly. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching your favorite program, NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Amuria district discussing yet a very important topic, and that is Operation Wealth Creation, a project that was initiated by His Excellency the President of Uganda to improve on household incomes. We are looking at its progress, its challenges, and how government can improve. Yes, the beneficiaries of Operation Wealth Creation. How is it doing? Please come.
Initially, when the program was called NADS, it used to benefit the local man down there. But when the program was changed to Operation Wealth Creation, in fact, we have not realized the sustainability of the program.
Who is benefiting now?
In fact, the inputs which are delivered are not enough to the people who are supposed to benefit. Imagine, like maize. Once it broke the sub-county, we are told to identify only 3 beneficiaries per village. And when it used to be NADS, it used to benefit so many people because we used to have food security, market-oriented and commercial farmers.
You mean when they are supplying seeds in a season, they identify only 3 people from?
Me as being the chairperson, they just bring something like 120 bags. Then they tell us that now, chairman, you and the technical staff identify beneficiaries in each and every, because in my sub-county I've got 34 villages. Imagine how we're going to divide the 100 sacks, each weighing 10 kilograms, to the entire sub-county, meaning therefore the inputs are inadequate. Then secondly, when you go to citrus, these suppliers used to bring even those oranges which are not grafted, direct lemons, and they used to deliver at dawn time, finding fit that the officers closed. Tomorrow you come, finding that there's no person to respond to that. Then on the side of heifers, when I became the chairperson, because I became in 2014 as an interim chairperson, so we received 4 heifers, and yet we had identified 6 beneficiaries. Out of those 4 which we received, all died. Then secondly,
what was the reason?
The reason, the beneficiaries were not trained, meaning therefore technical people should in the first place go and train these beneficiaries before they access to these inputs. Then secondly, I don't know what happens at times. The district calls us, identify these beneficiaries, submit the names, but when we do that, we submit the names, but when it comes into benefiting, you find that the inputs which are delivered are not the same as the number which you approved from the sub-county. Like last financial year, we approved 4 beneficiaries to benefit, but we got only 2 heads of heifers. And by the time when those heifers were brought, me as a chairperson was not even informed of. And as we talk right now, the status of these animals, 1 even died.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that information, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have 2 issues that I want to put across as far as Operation Wealth Creation is concerned. First of all, I would like to appreciate the government, more so our president, for initiating this idea. But what I see here, Honorable Madam Speaker, is that this program, we cannot blame even Operation Wealth Creation. But what we have seen is all about policy. How I wish we could really come up with the change of policy, amendment of this policy. Because to me, the best way I can see, instead of giving us to purchase these inputs as local people here in Amuria, because we are looking at 2 aspects. We want to input and we want to become rich as people of Amuria. But one thing that nags us is these inputs are procured from the center. They will buy from nowhere, be it in Mukono or elsewhere.
So you want the procurement to be decentralized?
Process to be decentralized to the district, so that our people here, because NADS came here and trained people how to buy these seedlings and how to come up with the new technologies. That's why we want this program to be decentralized, so that we can manage as stakeholders of the district. Then secondly, there are certain things that are beyond our control. Take for instance, when seedlings were brought and when maize was brought here in Amuria, it was attacked by armyworm. And when we tried to raise these concerns, there was no address. It was not real address. When we went to Operation Wealth Creation, they will not really do anything. So we want really government to come up with serious interventions, to come up with the serious interventions that can enable us to really treat these diseases. Because when we plant these seedlings, take for instance, personally, I'm a serious agriculture. And when I planted some food crops, especially maize, I planted 4 gardens. But I lost all of them because due to this armyworm. So this is something which is above Amuria's local government. So the government should come up with a serious innovation and a serious way of tackling these diseases. So if we want really to see our people prosper, because we want to achieve the vision 20 and vision 2040. But if we will not tackle this, eventually our people will not really become rich, and we will see that people will still cry and lament, and at the end they will become beggars.
Okay.
That we want. That we don't want as leaders of Amuria, this local government, and more so as Ugandans.
Thank you.
I raise my case there.
Thank you. Afande, have you tried to address the issue of the armyworms, the issue of supplies late coming, fake seeds?
Madam Speaker, maybe I begin with what the LOC3 chairperson talked about. in respect to the selected farmers. Madam Speaker, when we were invited to Soroti for regional meeting, we were told Amuria is going to receive 55 heads of cattle. And they mentioned the youth in it, that the president has directed them to supply the youth. So the mixture of all other people with the youth was brought aboard in one supply. The unfortunate part of it is that the youth did not submit the list of the beneficiaries as required. When NADS communicated, they said that Amuria's list is not here. Where are you? I asked the chairman, he did not bring the names at the right time. But I forwarded the 55 required persons. Then there was the allocation of dairy cows for 2018-2019, 22 of them. It came. I put the list of those youth whose names did not appear in the first list. But when the dairy cows were brought, they were brought less by 2. They only brought 53. I addressed the youth. They said, no, we want ours all. And then it got affected with that what the LOC3 chairperson has mentioned. So we had to serve the youth first. So for Amuria, the presidential benefit, the first lady gave the 16, the district gave the 2, and then the president again added another 16, so you can get the total. That is for Amuria. Then the issue of the army worm, Madam Speaker. This is... the army came with the army worm. And it was a bad perspective that the army worm travels faster. I think that's why it's called also army worm. When it is heard from here, like it was heard in Nigeria, it did not take long to be heard in Uganda. So it caught us a bit unaware as a Ministry of Agriculture. But when they addressed it, they addressed when it had already made a big damage. But that case rested in that way.
Okay.
I have a few questions to Afande, the commander, and in charge of Operation Restoration. My number one question is, do you or have you carried out a vulnerability assessment that would help you get the mitigation strategies that are in line with the natural resources that we have? My question number two, if yes, who are the people whom you involve in the assessment? And do you share or have you shared the action plan out of the assessment with the community so that we are also able to get to see and to know what we lack and how we should proceed? My number two question is, what is the criteria that you use for selecting these beneficiaries of Operation Wealth Creation? And lastly, I've always heard cows are being given and they die. The seeds are given, the sunshine dries them off, or the armyworm finishes them. For how long are you going to continue giving out the seeds that get spoiled? For how long are you going to continue giving the cows that keep on dying? Because what I would think of is to get the pressing factor, the cause of these things dying and the cause of loss, so that we can address, and then we have a better production.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, please. We shall give him time.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have my few questions to Mr. Afande. My first question is, I'm hearing Operation Wealth Creation. You have brought cassava, you have brought maize seeds, I've planted them. I've wasted a lot of time to plant, such that at last I benefit in it. In order for me to have something in my pocket and also to help my people, why is it that after that, again, the dropouts of prices occurs. You have you want me to...
Honorable member, he doesn't control the market.
It's okay. And I'm sending it for his done to forward it where it goes.
Okay.
Addition to that, okay, we can get food, but after getting food, how about helping our people around in the family, buying salty, buying what, you know, and you see everything is highly expensively becoming. Eh? So now, if I cultivate and I plant cassava, I plant maize, I plant what, in order to have each and everything at my home, I have to sell some. Then after selling some, then I store some, or I stock some. But now, when the price is low like that, it will force me to sell all whatever I have, to get a sacket of salt, to get paraffin, to buy a shoe, or to buy my people what? Clothes. So you should also, if you are in terms of wealth circulation, think about that. That if the lower person, if he has cultivated, planted what we have given him, he will maintain he will maintain it in this such and such a way, such that he remains in a fair way of living.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Madam
you.
Speaker.
Thank you.
Last year, we had a bumper harvest of maize.
And the
Now,
prices fell.
Here in the Teso region. And General Saleh, the chief coordinator, had even tried to get for us market. And the Arabs were going to buy our maize at 3,000 a kilo. So we were told to mobilize maize, which we did. But the problem that spoiled our maize was, you know, people have different characters. They went and spoiled our maize seeds by putting some other stones and what have you. The team which was on the ground to tell the other one the quality of maize, said there are much impurities. If I give you in a certain district, they went and got a river sand to mix with maize so that it raises so many kilos, and it causes that disaster. So those are the challenges. If you talk of the price, what's the quality? The one which you have mentioned is this one of cassava. The cassava which has been purified costs 1,500. The cassava which we are making here, which we say it is a clean cassava, only costs 500 shillings a kilo.
I want to commend the fact that Operation Wealth Creation has done much. This is undisputable. We can see this in our daily engagements in the field. One, I have a feeling that there is not much being done towards monitoring and supervising Operation Wealth Creation. That is one. Two, our level of collaboration with the past engagements or interventions is also quite very low. I am very sure if the issue of marketing associations that we have in Amuria district were managed very well, the issue of prices will have been harnessed. The question of quality will have been managed by those marketing associations. Concern worldwide in years ago constructed marketing associations in Amuria, about 6 or 8 of them. But at the moment as we speak, there are people who are responsible for those marketing associations in our midst, including technocrats. What has gone wrong with those marketing associations? Ogolai has a marketing association, which I'm very sure of. It was working very well at a time when concern was still there. And then there's another one in Ochocha. Achoa had the same. Unfortunately, the one of Achoa was transferred and changed into a police post. I mean, this was an intervention an organization brought, and government should have taken over from there, supervising and monitoring the performance of that marketing association. Finally, attitude. Well, much as these interventions are coming on board, what is the attitude that we are having towards these interventions? Yes, we have the heifers, those Frisian cows. How are we going about with them? Who is getting them? And what attitude do they have towards those animals? Some of our farmers have a belief that those animals do best in Western. True, it's questionable. We can discuss about it. But what circumstances, what conditions have we put across in Amuria district to ensure that those heifers perform well and give us the expected output?
My name is Samson Okwi. I am a dairy farmer. I want to appreciate government, Madam Speaker, for the services it's rendering to the people, particularly under this Operation Wealth Creation. And also thank so much Amuria District Local Government for recruiting the technocrats who support in the area of agriculture. Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate that we've had the technical staff come and avail advisory services to the farmers. Dr. Chele has always come. Afande in charge this program, Operation Wealth Creation, has always come. They do monitor, they avail advisory services. But I have one concern, Honorable Speaker, and that is about the Soroti Fruit Factory. Madam Speaker, we had a very funny scenario late last year when we had a funeral here in town. These big trucks come from Kampala, come from these other areas, and remove the oranges. Even when they find they are not there at home, they come and remove the oranges. And when they remove the oranges one time, they remove the oranges for 6 families here in Akisim, where I come from. When they remove the oranges, they even packed in the bags. Moreover, these other big bags, leave alone this export one, they put another one, making them 2, and that's what they call one bag. And they bought 35,000 a sack. They packed these bags into the lorry, only to tell the farmers that they had no money. They were going to send the money via mobile money. What we now did, we had to mobilize the communities around, and then we started them down. Started the pinching. They sent the money at midnight. My worry, my humble appeal with the government is that this Soroti fruit factory would be, much as it is technically commissioned, but it's not launched, it's not working, it's not operational.
You mean it's not operational?
It is not operational. If government could operationalize the factory, these incidences will not be there. I want to rest my case. I thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Actually, when I saw the fruit factory, I said the people in Teso region are reaping much. So it is not, and yet you people are growing mangoes in, let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we shall hear more from the people of Amuria district. Yes, welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Amuria district, talking matters Operation Wealth Creation. I'm surprised that the fruit factory in Teso region is not yet in operational. Afande, which kind of fruits are grown under Operation Wealth Creation? Just in 1 minute.
For citrus, we supply Hamlin, Valencia, and Washington, Navel. Then mangoes, we supply Tommy, Antikin, and Kent, and Keith. Those are the types we supply.
So you grow mangoes and oranges?
Yes.
These are products for the factory. Chairman, what is happening?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue of the factory has been done quite well, and technically it was commissioned. Now we are waiting for His Excellency to call us in the region to politically launch it, and it will begin working. But everything is in place for the factory.
So it is just the launch that is
the launch.
We are waiting for.
Also, according to the communication we got from the other officers who are managing the Uganda Development Corporation, the consumption rate of that factor is going to be very high, and therefore even Teso as a region may not be in position to supply all the required tons that the machine or the factory consumes on a daily basis. But all in all, we are happy to government because it is one remarkable development that the government has actually put in place. The challenge now is to us, the farmers of this region, to make sure that we plant citrus, we plant mangoes, we plant oranges, so that by the time it is politically launched, people are now ready to supply.
Okay, thank you. I think this is very important, the powers that be, that if this factory is launched immediately, it will improve operation wealth creation in this region. Senior citizen, you are putting up your hand.
On the side of culture, when we got this, when this program came, this operation creation, wealth creation, we encouraged also our clans in their families to follow up this program. And they did it. They're planting citrus, as the colonel is saying, those types of oranges. And mangoes. And we're encouraging even the youth who said we're growing up and go away. You will be the people to follow the citrus and what? And the mangoes. But, Speaker, the problem is, even in the days of NADS, when they came to Teso, a lot of oranges were put. But when it's time for harvesting, there's nowhere to go. There's no value added. Even cassava now, we're also now growing a cassava. Even in the groups of elders, we have to put cassava. Because we have to fight two things, hunger and poverty. But now my request to the Lieutenant Colonel is that if we have to add value to cassava and to these fruits, let it be put up. Okay. There was time, Speaker, when a visitor from Nigeria came to Amuria here, and visited even Amuchu, and said, in cassava, you can produce 8 varieties, and each one goes to where it is wanted to produce something, including even medicine and drinks. So my request is, if Operation Wealth Creation is going on, also think about value adding to what is being put and what is being produced.
Thank
Speaker,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senior Citizen. You wanted to say something?
I'm the charge of Trade and Commerce, Amuria District. The information I wanted to give you is that that factory was supposed to have taken off by 30th of October last year, but due to those technical challenges, it never took off. But next month, around 27th, we're going to have the AGM for that TEFCO, the umbrella organization which is caretaking all the cooperatives of Amuria and Mother and Kapelibiang district. What the government of Uganda discussed with the TEFCO is that they are going to buy our oranges at 600 shillings per kilo to TEFCO, which is the umbrella organization we have subscribed. Then TEFCO will be buying from us, the farmers, at 500. The other 100 shillings there will go for other costs, maintenance costs, to come and visit to assess the quality of the oranges they're going to take. So be rest assured, when the President commissions that factory, next month we're going to discuss at length on strategies on how we're going to address the prices. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that why low prices for our products. One of them has been talked about to quality and not even putting a value addition to our products is one of them. Another challenge is that Uganda does not have an enabling law. Under the COMESA Trade Commission, out of around 21 countries which comprise of the COMESA, it's only Uganda which does not have the law for trade. But Minister of Trade and Industry is already spearheading, and it's already in a bill, and they have already presented to Parliament, and I hope soon we shall have that enabling law, and the issue of prices will be fixed.
Okay.
That's the information I want to pass across.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Commander, wind up, please. You have heard the concerns of the people of Amuria. The challenges that these people have raised here, what I want you to address is value addition. How are you, because you are now managing this district, and you have an office where to report to. Because the problem here is decentralization of procurement.
Okay. So the issue of value addition, the other issue, the issue of tractors. tractors, the organized cooperative, I had 4 organized cooperative in Amuria, Greater Amuria. But unfortunately, the other ones fall in Kapelebio. But it was last month where we assembled, and they say, where are the tractors? And the government is ready to give them the tractors, those organized groups. Of recent, this one of Kuju also came, they said that they are also organized. I said, okay, if you are organized, let me submit. They have also been told to follow the procedure so that we shall have better commercial organized cooperatives here in Amuria. Now, the other one in Kapelebiong.
Wind up, honorable member, in terms of value addition and
the other one in Kapelebiong, the cooperative in Kapelebiong had tapped some good investor who is willing to give us to build a factory for cassava for value addition.
Madam Speaker, Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to say that we in our production department, together with the commercial section, we identifying areas of value addition. Right now, we are seeking for support from another program on value addition, especially on milk, but we hope that we shall scale it out to other enterprises in value addition. We still plan to add value on cassava, but we have to do a lot on getting the real production, the real quantity we have in the area so that we can attract a similar machine or basing on what we have. But we have it in plan to look at area of value addition, and we hope with what we are planning to be successful soon. Thank you.
Okay. You should also lobby such that the factory is immediately launched to help the people of Amuria district. Thank you so much for being part of People's Parliament. Thank you for coming in big numbers. Those who have been watching us, thank you for being part of this very important program. NTV People's Parliament discussing Operation Wealth Creation in Amuria district. The challenges that we have had, they want the procurement of seedlings, inputs to be decentralized such that they can manage what they know. They also want value addition in their crops like fruits and cassava such that they can earn more money. Thank you for being part of NTV People's Parliament. I am your speaker, Agnes Nandutu, and I aspire to inspire you before I expire. With powers conferred upon me as the Speaker of People's Parliament, I adjourn this House until next Saturday.
Views expressed on this show do not represent those of NTV or its staff.